Supreme didn't win a thing.
Oh,
Kind of
you
sad.
talking about that Charlemagne motherfucker?
Yeah, the one that did ballet and opera. Kind of sad.
Good guy.
Wow.
I'm gonna be real with you. I had a feel like I had a feeling because he been getting all this. Every time he gets nominated, like I had a feeling, but I kind of thought it was gonna be this year, but at the same time, like, no, I don't. Mm-mm.
Mm. I just never saw the hype with him. To be real with you, I'm gonna be real.
He can't act to me.
That's his best movie. That is his best movie. If you look at all his films, like the Dune trilogy he's doing, he wasn't even the star in Dune. It was like they were Zendaya outshined him in those films,
Of
right?
course, because it's Zendaya.
The stuff that I mean, but they had other people in that. Jason Momoa was in that.
Oh God,
That other stars in the Dune reboot, but this is his best film to date. Like that's why I liked it so much. I'm like he was actually the star and the leading role of his own film. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't even with him. It was like the only to me he was like the only threat. I feel like they threw Leo in there just to throw him in there because he's been nominated before. But I felt like Michael B. Jordan couldn't lose this one.
yeah. And then they don't Oscars don't really give like not well. I'm glad they started now, but they wouldn't give him nominations like that to like movies that like of horror of some sort. Not often, not quite
Right.
often.
Right.
I'm glad he should have won. Really, he should have won back in 2016. I don't care what anybody say for Creed. Did that it that and, or Straight Outta Compton should have won Best Picture that year.
Right. And now he's doing Mansa Musa next with Ryan Coogler.
Yeah,
You know that's gonna be another epic movie that he does.
right.
So Jack Harlow is getting a lot of backlash and shade and shit. Y'all heard about him trying to do an R&B album, or he dropped an R&B album called Monica.
Yeah, I ain't listening. I don't think he could rap, so he damn sure can't sing.
You know, it's funny. He's very talented. Not only does he suck at rapping, but he sucks at singing too.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Jack Harlow is that the same guy who was in that remake of White Man Can't Jump?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was in there. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
that shit was bad.
Another Ice About generation.
That shit was bad.
yeah.
And now everyone on social media is calling him all these bland rap names and shit like that too. IRS1 and shit. Hmm.
Dude.
What else is going on in the news? So niggas actually had to stay home today because of a thunderstorm. Believe it or not,
Crazy. Yeah, it was raining here too. It's still raining.
it barely rained. We just got like a lot of wind.
We got a lot of we got the winds on the weekend, but we got a lot of rain.
Back in my day, they told us to go to school in storms and shit. That's what I did. These kids are soft.
Yeah, man.
I want to talk about Jim Carrey today. You know, everyone's saying, "Oh, Jim Carrey's cloned. He's cloned." Hmm. Let me get my list together. Then I'm about to start. Hmm. Let me get my shit together. Oh, y'all heard about that? That Jafar Jackson is going to play Tiger Woods in the biopic now.
Hey, that's it's too early for him to do that. He
This
they
nigga,
he, he ain't even have the Michael movie drop yet.
this nigga didn't even act on Broadway yet. What the
You know
fuck?
what I'm saying? Let the Michael movie come out and see what fans think before they start casting him in other shit.
Like who? Tiger Woods.
He don't even look like Tiger Woods. How would that? I guess the makeup is gonna make him look like Tiger. I don't know.
He'll look like that white boy from that movie Soul Man. I'm only gonna watch the Tyler Woods documentary or biopic if they talk about that whole car accident cheating.
And you know they said that Janet had an argument with Jermaine about the movie.
That's actually fake news.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you right now, this Michael movie better be good. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, it better be good.
Cause we,
Facts.
cause niggas gonna side eye Jermaine like a motherfucker. But I'm ready to start whenever y'all are.
Let's go.
What's up,
Yep, let's go.
what's up, motherfuckers? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try?
Chilling,
And I got my homeboy Mike in the building with me and shit.
Yo, what's good? How's everybody doing?
chilling.
Chilling, chilling. All right. Excuse me. So today we're gonna do our top five Jim Carrey roles and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Jim Carrey being one of the most comedic actors in the last 30 plus years and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Whether you know him from Ace Ventura, whether you know him as Bruce Almighty, hell, whether you just enjoy him as Fire Marshal Bill from The Living Color, you know, he always had a stamp in the culture for years. And how did y'all get into Jim Carrey? Because I don't know if I asked y'all this. I'm gonna start with you, Try.
I got into Jim Carrey with Living Color. You know, and just watching that every Sunday night. You know, during the '90s, and just a great ensemble cast of different actors and actresses, and you know that was like our sketch comedy for the hood. You know, the white people had SNL, we had in Living Color, and a lot of stars came from that show. J Lo, probably the biggest star from that show, and Jim Carrey. We had Sean and Keenan and Marlon Wayans and Kim Wayans. You know, what's the dude? Forgot the dude that was in Boomerang. He came from that show too. David
David
Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, him. Tommy Davidson. You know, and that's the show. We never missed it. Never missed it. Heavy D, rest in peace. Did the theme song, and just watching Jim like Fire Marshal Bill was like my favorite character. Just watching him do that and many other characters on there and sketches, and then he transitions to acting, and the Mask was like one of my favorites. I remember getting that on VHS and seeing that, and then they had like the Saturday morning cartoon for that movie, and
Classic.
yeah, just he was animated, and like his facial expressions I think is like one of the main things about him that people loved. Like whatever mood that he was he could convey that on screen, and he was just funny, and he's done a lot of different films from action to comedy to drama. Loved him in the Riddler. That's to me that's his best role to me is the Riddler in the Mask. And at that time I still think that even now is like I don't think nobody right now could pull off that the Riddler character like him.
It's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Batman remake they did with Robert Pattinson, and they had another Riddler, but he was more sinister. He wasn't like Jim Carrey's Riddler. Like Jim Carrey's Riddler was like the iconic Riddler character. You know what I'm saying? Like if you looked at the Batman TV show of the '60s with Frank Gorshin, and he was like a great Riddler, but Jim Carrey brought his version of the Riddler to the big screen, and nobody to this day has pulled off that character like Jim Carrey. To me, he's the best Riddler. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Ace Ventura was funny, and the Cable Guy, and he's had like great roles, man. Like even now, still the Sonic films with him playing Doctor Robotnik has been great. It's made a lot of money because they actually did it right, and he's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a legend, a Hall of Famer. So,
Dope, dope. What about you, Mike?
My introduction to Jim Carrey was honestly, really, it was Ace Ventura. Honestly, I keep forgetting. Now, I watched in Living Color when I was little, but I didn't even remember he was in that up until maybe like several years ago. But yeah, Ace Ventura. That was my introduction to him, and what a lot of people like, what many people forget is that he started off in like movies before in Living Color. It was a movie that I liked. I think it's kind of underrated. It's called Peggy Sue Got Married. That was the one I liked with him, and Nicolas Cage was in that. It came out in mid '80s. Jim Carrey, he could do it all. He could do comedy, he could do drama, and I think when it comes to drama, I think he's very underrated. To be honest with you, um, so yeah, that was pretty much my introduction to him. I honestly like he's one of the funniest people like that's acting today.
yeah,
Exactly. Um, to me, I think my first exposure to Jim Carrey when I was little. Um, Honestly, I think it was my first memory of seeing Liar Liar from '97. Which I've always felt like that was one of his strongest movies and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? It was just this white man moving like he was a fucking cartoon character that always struck my nerve and everything. And then I jumped into his movies here and there, like of course The Mask. Now growing up, I wasn't the biggest Ace Ventura fan. I like it now, but growing up, because I remember TBS always showed that movie back in the day. TBS, TNT, all them channels and shit. You know. But to me, when I really watched it in living color, that was when I really appreciated him more and everything like that too. Because for one, he was literally the only white guy on the show in the initial season, and two, it was just the stakes he took and everything like that too. With that show, especially with a show that was have a stacked full of iconic members like David Allen Greer, Tommy Davidson, Jamie Foxx, the Wayans family itself, and everything like that too. And Jim Carrey always held his own, in my opinion, and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is he to me? And it's the thing too. It's like I love, even though I love Jim Carrey and every. Oh shit! Let me add Mike back on. Hold on. Even though I love Jim Carrey, I do admit there was a certain part, like in the early 2000s, is where I call his artsy period and everything like that too. Well, he was still doing comedy, but then he was started diving more into like reflection drama and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind that and stuff like that. But he just took himself too seriously at times. But at the same time, I would never dislike Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is a legend and everything like that too. And no, I don't have Mr. Popper's Penguins. That's probably his worst movie. I don't have that shit on my list. Let's be real. But all right. So in top five, let me try. Let's start with your number five and shit. What you got for number five?
number five, I got How the Grinch Stole Christmas, classic. Again, I don't think nobody can pull off that role like Jim Carrey. Like he brought the live action version of the Grinch to the big screen. Um, it's everything I remembered of just growing up and watching, you know, the animated Christmas special and having the Dr. Seuss books and he was just great. He was just great in that role and the cast and that and that's what I thought of like when you watch that film. That's what you think the Grinch would act. He would act like how Jim Carrey portrayed him in that film. And I think that's like a Christmas classic. Like, I don't hear when it comes to Christmas movies. I don't hear nobody mention that either. They mention a Christmas Story. They don't mention Die Hard and all that or Gremlins. I don't hear too many people mention the Grinch anymore. You know,
That was the one Ron Howard directed, right?
yeah,
Got you. Okay. Yeah, honestly, that movie. I remember when I first saw that movie years ago. I
mhm,
did not like it at first, but then over the years, I came to appreciate it because me personally, I like the cartoon more when
right,
it came to Grinch. Though I feel like the Chuck Jones cartoon from the '60s. That's to me the Grinch I love. But Jim
right,
Carrey, Jim Carrey, he definitely did his thing on that one. So that's a dope pick.
right.
I'd rather watch his Grinch than Alec Baldwin as the Cat in the Hat. I'd rather watch that.
Hey,
What about you, Mike?
I got Liar Liars number 5.
Okay.
Now this one, this is like a mixture of like um comedy, and there's some parts of the movie that's like heartwarming too. Like I'm a sucker for like mixture like comedy and like heartwarming at the same time.
uh-huh.
Um, when this movie like first came out, I think I saw it a couple years after it came out. I didn't really care for it like that at first, but going into like my adult years, I started to appreciate it more in the performance he gave. It was not only funny, but it was also touching at the same time too.
Right.
Right. Okay. All right. That's dope. Now my number five is a controversial pick. The movie is kind of hit or miss, but the performance is what really stood out to me. It's Man on the Moon when he played Andy Kaufman. Now,
Oh,
this one might be controversial because I did talk about his artsy period. And if there was one Jim Carrey movie I can honestly say was the beginning of that, it would probably be this one and everything like that too. Now, Andy Kaufman is a stand-up comedian and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? He's famous for playing Latka from Try's favorite show and my favorite show as well, Taxi. Just throwing it out there.
Wow.
And
Right. If
I'm
you
sorry.
want to if you want to kill yourself quick, just watch Taxi.
yikes!
Chill out.
Oh, no,
But
no, not
if you want
that.
to kill yourself, listen to Phil Collins.
There you go.
Oh, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, I disagree with that. No, come on. Not Phil
But
Collins.
anyway, as I was saying, so I'm gonna be real with you. The movie Man on the Moon was kind of if you're expecting a full in-depth look of Andy Kaufman's life, you might be disappointed with that movie. But if you're looking for seeing Jim Carrey just act crazy as hell, but say the ghost of Andy possessed him, that's really the movie for you. This movie was so notorious that there was actually a documentary called Jim and Andy that talked about the making of this movie and how he got so into the role of Andy Kaufman that he starts terrorizing the cast and crew, fucked up this whole set. I was literally just watching that documentary before I watched this because I've always heard about that documentary. I was like, oh shit, it's on Netflix. Let me check it out. So, but yeah, Jim Carrey as Andy Kaufman is pretty solid for the most part and stuff like that too. But at the same time, too, the movie is kind of hit or miss. But that's my number five.
All right. My number five is like I said, Fine Marshall Bill, Living Color. Just I love that his expressions as that character and the shit he would do with the fire, it somehow would always backfire on him, so to speak. And yeah, like that to me was from like when I remember it, that was like the funniest shit that he was doing on there. And I know he's done like other things on the show, but like Five Muscle Bill was like my favorite character from him on there, and they need to bring back that show, man. We need that. We need another sketch comedy show besides SNL. SNL been on forever. I feel like they like the kings of sketch comedy, but we need something else. They need to bring back In Living Color on Fox. Oh man, what you all got?
All right. My number fun. No, not blah. My number four is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a huge fan of like slapsticky comedy, like not like that. But like I love the chemistry between him and Jeff Daniels.
Right.
I thought that was great. For its time, I thought the whole like movie, like from start to finish, was great. So yeah, that's my number four.
Nice. Reg?
I just realized I was muted, but I was
Oh,
saying I never actually warmed up to Dumb and Dumber like that. I like it for its time, but I was just like compared to Ace and Mass, I'm just like, eh. But
I never cared for it.
yeah, and I know they made a sequel to that movie a while back ago too. I think it's called Still Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. All right. Now this is where it gets hard. Shit. Number four. I gotta go with that Riddler, Batman Forever.
Mm.
Now, these four picks could have easily been number one, but it was kind of hard for me and everything. But Batman Forever, we talked about this during the whole Batman week. This was the one that was first directed by Joel Schumacher, which I felt like this movie was. I'm gonna be real. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones, they made the movie. I'm going to keep it a buck. And it's funny too because both of them were beefing in the movie too. Because Tommy Lee Jones did not like Jim Carrey's performance in the movie, which was well documented and stuff too. But it's kind of crazy that people did not like Batman Returns at that time, which to me that's my favorite Batman movie. Period. Because of how dark it was,
Yeah.
how grimy it was. So they brought in Jim Carrey to bring in more of a family friendly atmosphere. And I felt like with this movie, it was a battle between the campiness of the Batman series and the darkness of the Batman series and shit. But Jim Carrey's The Riddler definitely was psychotic. It was eccentric and everything like that too. It's just like whenever I think of The Riddler, he's the first performance I think of when I think of The Riddler and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just his the Riddler, the character of the Riddler was just so mysterious, and he was just so swank and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't care too much for Paul Dano's performance of the Riddler. I'm gonna be real with you, but yeah, that's my number four.
You mean Batman Forever? That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, I did say Batman Forever in the
No, you
beginning.
said Batman Returns.
I know. I meant to say people when people were talking about Batman Returns in '92, they say they didn't like
Right.
it. They brought in Jim Carrey for
That's
Forever.
crazy.
Batman Returns was the best Batman movie, and because of the people that say they didn't like Batman Returns, we got crap like Batman and Robin.
They right, exactly.
Social justice warriors existed in the '90s, y'all.
Yep. Facts. All right, my number three is Doctor Robotnik from Sonic the Hedgehog. I loved Jim Carrey. But again, I don't know. I couldn't see nobody else playing Doctor Robotnik but Jim Carrey. You know what I'm saying? And he just pulled it off. And I grew up playing the Sonic the Hedgehog games, and they brought that game franchise to life on the screen in the right way. You know what I mean? And it was just great. It was just great to see him, face off against Sonic and Tails and all his friends and I loved it. It was action packed. It's making millions of dollars. They're making another one right now. I think they're doing part four right now.
Mhm.
And it's that's the way to do a video game franchise movie. Done the right way and having the right cast and story, and it's great. I love it.
All right, so my number three, I'm gonna also go with Doctor. I'm gonna also go with Doctor Robotnik as well too. I can't see anybody playing that but Jim Carrey, honestly.
Right,
Um, yeah, that's one of his best roles, I think, to date, in my honest opinion. One of them.
right.
But even like the whole cast of that movie, I thought was great as well too.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my number three.
Shit. Hmm. Well, I might have to break this cycle. Dr. Robotnik is not my number three.
Oh
I
wow.
almost put him on the list. That's actually an honorable mention and shit.
Right.
But I gotta go with my number three. This might be a surprise. I gotta go with that cable guy.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Now, this is always the black sheep of the Jim Carrey movies in his golden run and everything like that too. If you add, because when people say Jim Carrey, they talk about Ace, Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, hell, even Truman Show and stuff like that. But no one talks about the psychotic genius of his portrayal as the cable guy, in my
Right.
opinion, because and it's funny too because a lot of critics did not like the movie because they felt like it was a bit too dark for Jim. Because yeah, Jim Carrey never made a dark movie and stuff like that. Yeah, but okay. But this is definitely one of those movies where you watch on a Saturday night and stuff like that. It's like a black comedy, black comedy horror kind of movie and
Mhm.
stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And this is actually one movie I do want to actually do a review on one day because the amount of disrespect this movie gets is crazy as hell and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like he just plays this cable guy and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Who pretty much he pretty much stalks his customers and stuff like it was just a very crazy movie, man. Like that's my number three. I don't know. I like weird eccentric Jim Carrey. Now,
Right.
yeah. Ooh,
Yeah. Number two for me is The Mask. Loved it. Loved the makeup that he had to wear and the yellow suit and the car he was driving. Everything. He was like a wacky superhero. You know what I mean? And again, they just had a great cast with them and director and the facial expressions he made once he put on the mask and I enjoyed it. I always wanted them to make a sequel. I don't know why they never did that. You know what I'm saying?
well, they're actually making one. Well, technically, they made a stupid ass sequel with Jamie Kennedy, but we don't talk about it.
Right. We don't count that one. I'm like that. Like they
But
never like.
Mm.
he's
I
actually
was
making
always
one right now.
Jim must have wanted like more money or something.
Yeah, originally they were going to make it back in like in the late '90s, 2000s, but Jim
Mhm.
didn't really care for the money,
Right.
so they're actually making a sequel now with Jim Carrey.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but honestly, just give me the original Mask and the cartoon series back in the day.
Right. I
Fuck
mean,
the
I
second.
don't know. Like maybe I feel like he could make it relevant again. He can make the franchise relevant.
Oh, definitely,
You know what I mean? If
definitely,
you have a good story and the way that the Hollywood the technology is now and they could definitely do a sequel where you bring him back and you don't reboot it but you make it like you have to reintroduce him to this generation now because they wasn't around for the first one. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't around for the second or the cartoon. So you have to reintroduce him with the right story and cast and I think he'll make that character relevant again.
definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. All
Yeah.
right. Good morning.
Number two. I'm at see my number two. Ah man, that this was hard. This was hard, and I at the last second I kind of sort of like switched it around. But my number two, I'm gonna have to go with Ace Ventura.
Mm.
I'm
That's
gonna
my
have.
number
I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna go with that because I mean my number between my number one and my number two. Like I'm like, oh, yikes! That was a hard one.
Right.
Ace Ventura. This was besides a Living Color. This was his like his breakout. That in the Mask. And '94 was a good year for him. Um, yeah, Ace Ventura, classic movie. Enough said. Classic Jim Carrey movie.
yes,
Mm.
and that's actually my number two too. The Ace Ventura series. This was the movie that broke him out in that Hollywood cycle because you got to remember when this movie came out, he was still on In Living Color at that time. And speaking of In Living Color, the story goes that there was a cast reading that they were doing during I think like '92, and a lot of the cast members was kind of upset with one another because of Fox's treatment on censors and everything like that too. So Jim, he got upset with Keenan about something that he started talking from his ass and everything like that too, and that kind of inspired him to do that shit in the Ace Ventura movie when that scene with Tone Loc and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls, both of them very classic, eccentric movies and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I kind of fuck with the first one, the Pet Detective one more, and it's crazy too because just like The Mask, this was made into a cartoon series too. Actually, all of Jim Carrey's movies, like The Mask, Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah.
Ace Ventura, they were all made into cartoon series,
Yeah.
which was the Dumb and Dumber show. They could have kept that one, but The Mask, that was to me the man. Which I'll get more into that when I'll get more into that. But yeah, classic, classic, classic movie. I love the Ace Ventura series.
My number one is going to be Batman Forever, and Jim Carrey is the main reason why it was watchable because the first two Batman films with Michael Keaton were the best to me. Directed by Tim Burton, and after that, when Michael Keaton didn't come back for part three, they replaced him, and this was the result. Yeah, Val Kilmer was not a great Batman. Like this role for him as Batman was physically demanding, and he had issues with it. And I just
Yeah,
always felt like when I looked at Val Kilmer, I didn't see Bruce Wayne and Batman. He was
I
just
always see Jim Morrison every time I see Val. I'm sorry, and every role he does, he always Jim Morrison to me.
right. It's like he played the same role. Like I mean, with the exception of Top Gun, like Top Gun when he played Goose, he was younger back then. That was the '80s, but I wasn't a huge Val Kilmer fan. It wasn't like a lot of his
Yeah,
films that I watched.
it's like, and I don't mean to cut you off. It's like he even said he had to go through therapy just to
Yeah,
get the Jim Morrison. It's like he went through the same shit Carrie went through when he played Andy Kaufman, but this one
right.
was more serious and shit too. Cause, but let me not. Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll talk
Nah,
about
but
that.
it was like I just felt like he was miscasted. I felt like Clooney was miscasted too. I didn't like Clooney as Batman.
Nah.
Like he was a better the way that Clooney's personality is. He's more like debonair, and he comes off as more of Bruce Wayne, but he wasn't a great Batman. And that's especially that suit with the nipples on it and shit.
Oh my
They still
Jesus.
clown him for that. So I just felt like these were like some of the worst Batman films, but Jim Carrey made this film watchable. It was made on $100 million budget, and it made over $300 million. You had the cast around him with Nicole Kidman, and you had Tom Lee Jones. He's a great actor. I didn't like him as Two Face either though. I felt like this movie had you had two main villains, and it really should have been just one. And to that and that they did the same issue. They had the same problems with Batman and Robin, and they threw in Mister Freeze, and they threw in Poison Ivy, and it was too many villains. You need one. Like Riddler can carry a movie by itself because he was one of the the arch villains for both Batman and Robin. And I felt like Jim Carrey, if he was just the main villain, it would have been a classic film. He was the main reason why this movie was even watchable because he brought the Riddler personality alive on screen for the first time in like a major motion picture like this. And with the bright red hair and the different Riddler outfits he was wearing, the cane he was holding, and just bringing Edward Enigma to life on screen. I think he played the best Riddler ever. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace to Joel Schumacher. He directed this film. But this movie is not a classic at all. It's very campy when you look back at it now. But I can watch it because of Jim Carrey. I feel like they only needed one villain. Like if you wanted to throw Tommy Lee in as Two Face, they could have did that for the next one. And you just take out Mister Freeze and Poison Ivy and save them for another film. But I feel like Jim Carrey was that good that he could have just been the standalone villain, and maybe you give him his own spinoff after that, because I feel like if they wanted to ever do like a Riddler standalone film, he would be the guy to do it. Even now, I'm like, there's nobody right now in Hollywood that can pull off that role like Jim Carrey. Like if they wanted to do like the same way they did a standalone film for Joker, and you saw how great that was with Joaquin Phoenix. I think if you do a Riddler standalone film, I would have Jim Carrey play Riddler again. I think he's that good that he would breathe new life into that character, especially now in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? So that to me was like, and just having like the soundtrack. The soundtrack was great too. Just having the Method Man do the Riddler theme song, as that was like, that was epic. So that's my favorite Jim Carrey role.
All right, my number one, I'm gonna have to go with Truman Show.
Oh,
And this was I think, a strong turn by Jim Carrey, honestly. I mean, the whole movie was great, but Jim Carrey, I think he should have got Oscar nomination. Basically, he should have got all awards in the book. This was one hell of a performance.
yeah.
He gave, honestly, and I'm surprised he didn't get. I'm surprised he's not nominated already. But this should have been. He should have been nominated at least a couple of times. But this should have been. He should have secured a first nomination. I think he got a. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got golden. Don't hold me to it, but I think he got a Golden Globe nomination. I think, but don't hold me to it though. But yeah, this literally solidified him as like a dramatic actor to me, and this showed his acting chops. I love this movie from start to finish. His performance was great. Yeah, number one, Truman Show.
Okay. So my number one, definitely, I thought long and hard, but I gotta go with The Mask.
Mm.
This was his this came out after Ace and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying? And this movie is, whenever I think Jim Carrey, this is the movie for me. First of all, The Mask itself is one of my all-time favorite movies. Everything from the characters, the cast, the wonderfully underrated soundtrack. Like that soundtrack, oh my god. But then Jim Carrey's performance, not just as The Mask, but as Stanley Imkiss, is definitely very, very, very dope and everything. Like a contrasting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like one minute he can go like goofy and crazy, and next minute he was like all shy and timid and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely love this movie. I love the fact how it was one of those first movies that used CGI for comedic effect, and they use it brilliantly too, in my opinion, and stuff like that too. And yeah, the less said about Son of the Mask, the better. That's my number one. Now, I do have some honorable mentions. I have a couple of honorable mentions. So,
Yeah.
first one, pretty much any character he played on in Living Color and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to put this on my top five. I was like, you know what? Let me dedicate this mostly to his movies and stuff like that too. But like, he definitely ate at this role and stuff like that. Everything from Fire Marshal Bill to Vera to the Vanilla Ice parody, the Snow parody, when he played that confident gay guy. One of my all-time favorite sketches was when he was hypnotized, and then the dude that hypnotized him passed away. I think he had like a heart attack, and he was stuck as a chicken for the rest of his life and stuff like that too. Sounds like something that could have been from a Twilight Zone sketch or some shit. And it's kind of crazy too because even Jim Carrey had input on some of the writing on the show and stuff like that too. So another honorable mention would be series of unfortunate events. Now, this was a movie that was based on a very popular book series and stuff like that too. Let me tell you something. The books, creepy as fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. Back
Right.
in the day, I remember I used to read those books back in the day. I was like, yeah, these books were creepy as fuck. And it's about these three kids who were orphans, and then they had to live with their creepy ass relative named Count Olaf, but he's actually trying to like marry the daughter. It's a very fucked up book, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there. So again, this was part of his whole artsy period and everything like that too. But at the same time too, I did feel like he did bring a sinister edge to Count Olaf. Um, I'm also going to throw in the Truman Show, which I really want to put this on my list and everything like that too. I really wanted to put this, and if I had to put it like a number six, it probably would be this one and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this movie was very ahead of its time and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very dope movie. Um, I want to give a special nod to a stand up special that he came out with in '91
Mm.
and stuff like that too, which I feel like is a very underrated stand up special and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The Unnatural Act, that's the name of it. You know what I'm saying? Where he's pretty much dressed up like the Windows logo and shit. And my final honorable mention, I'm gonna sound like a dead horse, but I gotta go with a Doctor Robotnik from the Sonic the Hedgehog series
Mm.
and stuff like that. This was the movie I feel brought him back and everything like that too, because he was doing like a lot of those weird movies in the late 2000s, like Papa's Penguins, and I've never been a Kick-Ass fan. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But when he did Thunderhead, I was like, okay, you know what? You know what? I can see him as Robotnik and shit. Now, I think I only saw the first Sonic movie. I didn't
Mm.
see two or three, but I've seen clips of Robotnik and everything like that too. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I feel it. So yeah, that's my honorable mention.
Part two I got on Blu-ray. Part three I haven't seen yet, and they're currently filming part four. And my honorable mention is Bruce Almighty. You know, with him and Morgan Freeman and Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell, and this was a great film, very underrated. I think this was like it's a fantasy comedy, and it's like he played like a TV reporter, and he blamed the God for a lot of his misfortunes and things going wrong in his life, and then like when he's finally given God's powers, he used it for his own selfish gain, and there was a lot of chaos and stuff happening in his life, after having his powers, and he had to learn about responsibility and appreciating his life, and I thought it was like a powerful message in that. And Morgan Freeman is ironically Morgan Freeman is playing God in the film, and I thought it was good. Like it's not one of those movies came out that was on my radar, but like when I saw it like on I think it was on cable back like 2003 2004, and I actually liked it. So I thought this was like a good film that like went under the radar.
I think I got a couple honorable mentions. Okay, now this movie, I didn't care for it as much. Honestly, I didn't really care for it at all. But it was his performance I thought was great.
Mm,
It's the number 23.
mm,
It that movie. I d- yeah, that movie could have been so much better.
right.
Honestly, but this movie is like a mixture of like thriller and like horror
Mm,
and stuff like that. Um, but it was his performance. His performance I thought was great. I thought it was great, but the movie itself, I didn't care for it. Um, Another one I could think of is A Living Color about any character that he touched. I thought was gold.
mm,
Um, yeah, he held his own, on that show too. He when he did his sketches, he was great. He was funny. Um, Let me see. I think one last one I could think of. Uh, okay, I'm gonna have to go with Peggy Sue Got Married.
mm,
One of his earlier films. This one's with Kathleen Turner and Nicolas Cage. He played Nicolas Cage, one of his best friends and stuff. He wasn't in it that much, but he was pretty solid in that. I thought. I mean, the whole cast was good. The movie itself was good for its time. So
mm.
yeah, that's my honorable mentions.
Okay, I thought this was a pretty fun list and everything like that too. Let me see what the comments are saying. I'm mostly talking about Jack Harlow. Shit, but what's interesting. What's very interesting about that movie, Liar Liar, and everything like that too. I think it was supposed. I think it went through so many script changes when it first came out, and
Mm,
everything like that too. Because it reminds me of that one movie by Frankie Muniz. Y'all remember that one movie? I think it's called Big Fat Liar. Frankie
yeah,
Muniz and that
Absolutely.
Paul Giamatti kind of that guy.
yeah.
I don't know why. It just always remind me of that movie. It's like characters trying to tell the truth. I don't know why. It's always funny to me. I don't know.
Right.
Darmal said, "What's better than the portrayal of the higher version in First Bitten?" I've never seen First Bitten. I've never seen that movie before. So
It wasn't good anyway.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what? What was the question?
Dartmouth said, "What's better than him performing a vampire version in First Bitten?"
Oh, Once Bitten.
First Bitten. Oh yeah, Once Bitten. Yeah, yeah. I never
He
seen the
got,
movie.
he got it wrong. He got the title wrong. Is like just like that.
Once Bitten. That you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I fuck with that movie. I actually like it.
I never seen it.
It it's good. It was Jim Carrey, Clavon Little was in that too. I think Lauren Hutton, if I'm not mistaken, I think was in that too. It was
Yeah,
good for the time. It was good. It was good.
yeah. I forgot he picked a lot of good songs during the '80s.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for the Back to the Future break later on this month?
Mm-mm-mm.
Wait, what happened? What are we doing?
I said later on this month. I'm thinking about doing a Back to the Future breakdown. All three of them.
Ooh, my favorite trilogies of all time.
Best one of the best, definitely.
Yeah, man. I remember when I first saw Back to the Future, I thought to myself, why is Alex McKeon and Reverend Jim going time traveling?
Oh, bro.
Wow, two Texas references in one night. Try must be happy as hell.
What's going on here?
Oh man.
Talk about if you want to kill yourself, watch that show.
Right?
I was like, this nigga.
The only way to go out, watching Taxi.
I thought
Oh,
if you want I thought if you want to kill yourself, you watch Friends.
And that too. Both of them.
I I I'm probably the only minority that fucks with Friends.
Oh my
Now,
god.
my cousin likes Friends.
What was so good about that show? Was it funny?
What was, what was so good about Friends? It was because it was originated from a living single. That's what was so good about Friends.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't think it was good. I tried watching it. I'm like, this is like dry comedy,
What?
you know.
See, the earlier seasons I didn't really care for, like I don't care for like that, but like the latest seasons actually I love the latest seasons more than the earlier seasons.
Oh man.
I thought it was I thought it was well funnier.
Yeah, I without due respect, Mike, I never could got
Yeah.
into Friends.
I'm not planning on doing a friends review anytime soon.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
neither.
I wouldn't do a Friends review either. It's too that's like 10 seasons.
You
See,
know.
it's surprisingly I got into Seinfeld, so probably I got into Seinfeld and shit.
I didn't care. I don't like
I didn't
Seinfeld.
like Seinfeld either.
That was
I,
horrible.
I guess
Two
I might
shows I don't care for.
I guess I might do a solo Seinfeld review then.
Yeah,
Shit.
you definitely doing that on your own.
I like the cast I like. Well, except what's his name? But I like most of the cast in that. It was just to me I just didn't care for it. I didn't think it was funny, honestly.
George is getting upset. But yeah, man. Also, I got the Golden Girls review coming Easter.
Now that's classic right there.
Yeah, that's a
Golden
classic.
Girls, never missed it.
Mhm. Yeah,
That was a great
Definitely,
sitcom.
that's
yeah,
I can't wait because it's been a while since we actually did the sitcom retrospective and stuff
Right.
like that too. So Golden Girls would be a good one. That's been
Oh
on
yeah,
the
definitely.
see
Who would
try.
have thought? Who would think like four old ladies would give one of the best sitcoms ever?
right.
Exactly.
It's amazing. They can't even do a sitcom like that now.
Mm-mm. No, not even close.
And it's not even just them being old. It's just like it's the timelessness of the show that appeals to me and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's just them surviving life and everything. It's about them going through what they go through and everything too. It's a well-rounded show.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Mike:
What up?
Cheers or Golden Girls?
Ooh, yikes. Do I have to choose one?
I'm not gonna ask Try. I already know what Try's gonna
Exactly. You already know.
say.
Yo.
I'm gonna have to go with Cheers by a margin,
Mm.
a hair. Cheers.
That was
I'm
hard
gonna
for
have
you.
to, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with that. Hair margin.
That was hard for you to decide.
It is
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, it's
Wow.
hard.
Wow.
Those are two classic shows.
Wow.
Like I love Golden Girls, but now, now, now I want to be real. I feel like both Cheers and Golden Girls might have two of the strongest first two seasons in a sitcom ever. But
Right,
Cheers' first two seasons, oh my god! Just
right,
Sam and Diane, them getting together in the second season, why they were toxic together. It's like nobody has never done because you know when a sitcom when they have that would they get together, they stay together for the rest of the show, like some Joni and Chachi bullshit and everything like that too. But Sam and Diane was like bar as fuck, man. I'm telling you.
Wow.
But try talking all that shit. But he asked me what times of Cheers review. I actually like 2 episodes of that shit.
Yeah. Mm. I don't. I always already forgot the episodes I watched.
I, I, I
I,
remember
I
that.
just remember the Thanksgiving episode. That's all I remember.
It was a Thanksgiving and it was a coach's daughter episode.
Okay.
But Golden Girls, man, it's just like that show is just consistent all throughout and shit. You know what I'm saying? like from B. Arthur, Betty White, Rue McCallaghan, Esther Getty. If any one of them motherfuckers left the show, well, technically B left the show. That's why we got the Golden Palace. But
Oh, wow.
I even like the Golden Palace. Fuck that. I even like the Golden Palace. That shit was
That was a nice continuation, though. I mess with it,
now the little boy. I didn't care for the little boy on the show, but they had Don Cheadle. I'm like, oh, Don Cheadle's on this show. Shit.
bro. Yeah, Don Cheeto. He was that dude around that time too.
Mm.
Like Golden Palace gets too much fucking hate. But yeah, this Easter we got. Hold on, when is Easter again?
April.
I mean, I know it's April, but what day
I think it's coming up soon.
okay, April 5th.
Damn, it's that soon?
Yeah, this year it
Wow.
is. Yeah,
So more than likely, I'll probably do it that evening. I'm gonna get Ashley on that too.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Ashley, she's gonna come tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Drew Hill's second album, Enter the Truth. You know what I'm saying? So my favorite Drew Hill album. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ashley too. Shout out to First Lady. Also shout out to Lashia. It's been a while since I watched Lashia.
yeah.
It's been a while she's dropped a video and shit.
All kind of ratchetness going on. We gotta get the on and see what she thinks about it.
I hope she's okay though.
Ratchet stuff going on in the news. You know,
And I
50
don't even
Cent and
watch.
Clarissa Shields. I want to know what Lashia think about this 50 Cent stuff going on.
You say you want to know what Lashia thinks about what?
The 50 Cent drama.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Ever since this documentary came out, everyone's been trying to go at 50 Cent. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
It's like this documentary just struck a nerve with motherfuckers.
this is all because of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? They probably support Diddy on the low and they're like, yo, we
That's
don't
what
like
I'm
what 50 Cent
saying.
did. You know what I mean?
It's kind of weird though. It's like
Yeah,
niggas hated 50 Cent to begin with at times, but ever since this documentary came out,
yep.
motherfuckers were trying to come at this motherfucker's neck. It's not even funny no more. It's like
Yep.
now Ti and 50 Cent that's one thing, but Papoose, old Fabulous, Jim Jones, I'm just like, y'all know this motherfucker is crazy as hell. It's like,
Mhm.
why do you continue to poke the bear? Why?
Exactly.
But then y'all don't go out saying, oh well, I didn't expect all this shit to happen. But y'all poking the bear. That part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking to my homegirl earlier. It's like, why do motherfuckers like to continually poke bears? But then they want to be surprised talking about, I didn't mean to do all that shit. Oh, free this person. Oh, this. It's like when motherfuckers be having the school shootings and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know Lil Travis. You know Lil Travis is crazy as fuck, right?
Right.
But then they want to bully him. But when Lil Travis pulls out his gun and shoots everybody, I didn't know that's what's gonna happen. Oh, this shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That part.
Let me tell you something. If a motherfucker is drawing shit about motherfuckers being hanged, that's the motherfucker I don't want to deal with. Fuck that. That's why you ain't never hear no niggas shooting up schools.
Mhm.
And the day I see a nigga shoot up a school, it's the day I become a Republican. Shit. Anyway, what's I'm gonna stay on for maybe another 5 minutes. Shit. Shout out to Ray Sean and shit. I think they're doing like a top trend song. Shit.
Oh God. Poor
He
Ray
said, "Oh,
Sean. I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? He will learn in due time. He will learn.
I'm not saying shit." That's all I'm
You got to get professionals on there, man. Not people sleeping on the damn live and shit.
saying. I'm not saying shit. Also, shout out to Mark Nash. I saw some of your podcasts last night. But
Mhm.
you know, Mark Nash, you know he my boy, but I don't want to see him go to Back to the Future. Shit.
Yeah, man. It was great.
How late did y'all stay up? Because I think y'all went on for a long time and shit.
Yeah, we got off like about maybe I think
Yeah, I was knocked out by
4 a.m. Yeah, man. So we just trying to cover like certain things going on right now in current events. Not everything. I want to talk about everything.
then. I feel you.
I need to definitely get back to doing YouTube lives and
Yeah,
stuff.
man,
Miss it.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Well, now I'm back in the East Coast now, so I didn't
That's
move back home. So now I could do that. I could start doing it again.
no doubt.
Oh, Mike. By the way, I'll be free at midnight tonight. Just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I'll be free too.
Eternal
Yeah.
sunshine. You know, like it. You still talk like a fucking immigrant.
Also, I still got some reviews lined up. I'm actually gonna do a review on David Bowie's "Let's Dance" album. Pre-record that shit and shit.
You said I'm still pissed off. Jamie Lee Curtis won over Angela Bassett. When was this?
That was like Oscars years ago. I
That
think
was
that,
in
Why?
a couple
Why?
years ago.
That's years ago. Why are we still talking about that?
honestly, I'm so pissed off. Fuck Jamie Lee Curtis. She ain't that great.
Uh, I
I never,
mean,
I never cared for Jamie Lee Curtis. Shit.
yeah. I mean, I ain't losing sleep over it, but
She
I
was. She's
mean,
great. If it wasn't for her heart, there would be no Halloween franchise. She was
facts,
the final girl in Halloween.
Who gives a
fact.
She have a place there. If they kill her off for good, it's not the same no more.
No, you might as well hang it up.
You know what I mean? You need her. They need her in Halloween.
I mean, I saw the movie that she was. I saw the movie Jamie Lee Curtis was in when she won an Oscar. I thought the movie was great, but
What was the movie?
everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
It, it, you know what? I liked it. I didn't think it was
Uh,
all that, but it did get some like acting nominations.
uh,
But Jamie Lee Curtis, she barely did shit in the movie, and I think the only reason
well,
why is because I think the only reason why they gave it to her is because she's older and because her what was it Tony Curtis Janet
mm,
her parents won. That's
yeah.
why.
And that's exactly how I felt about Tiana Taylor in the Leo DiCaprio film. Like she's only in two scenes, but
Really?
she got an Oscar and she did very little.
Wow.
Hey, at least she's black. Fuck it.
At least she's black. Okay, so we gotta be happy that she's not even in the damn film, but she got an Oscar and she was doing too much last time.
But didn't
All I'm
Ruby?
saying, all I'm saying is there's plenty of white people that got Oscars for being in Bailey and Eddie Murphy.
They
That's
shouldn't have got shit either.
No,
You know what
nah.
I'm saying?
But didn't Ruby D get a nomination for American? What was that? What was that?
American Gangster. Yeah,
American Gangster. She wasn't in it all that much.
Right, right.
that was still a strong performance though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I said at least she's black.
Yikes.
That's the thing about Oscar. You vote for anybody black. But no, but you know what, Try? You do have a point. You do have a point, guys. In all seriousness, I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I didn't even think that film was good. I'm like, it was okay. I'm like, it's not one of Leo's best performances. I think he's had other better films, but I mean, film of the year over Sinners. I think Sinners was a better film.
Yeah, Sinners was good.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
good.
I'm still surprised Leo ain't got no Oscar. I'm still surprised. That's
He
one of my.
did.
What you said? What?
He won an Oscar.
Yeah, because everybody gets it when it's Best Picture.
Right.
Technically, but I meant like a lead actor
Oh
Oscar.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the Oscars got it wrong before.
Mm,
Oscar so white. They gave Will Smith an Oscar in the biggest night in the Oscar. Fuck.
Right? And he
right.
Like I always have a feeling he was not going to originally win the Oscar, but
uh,
everyone was just so mad at Will Smith. They was like, let's make him cry up, let's make him like a fool
you
of
think
him.
that's what it was?
I think that's what it was.
So you okay? So you saying like so the same night that he won the Oscar, you feel like he wasn't gonna win it until he did the slap?
I feel like originally, my thing is this. I'm not saying he did bad in King Richard. I'm not saying that. But I'm gonna look up the other nominees. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up.
And you know, Charlamagne came out and said something stupid like that. That if it wasn't for Michael B. Jordan getting called a nigga, he wouldn't have won last night.
Oh, Charlamagne's a dumbass.
I totally don't agree with that.
I
So
don't no.
he was nominated alongside people like Javier Bardem,
Oh,
Benedict Cumberbatch, Andrew Garfield, and Denzel Washington, shit like that. Pretty tough category.
Pretty
Pretty tough
tough,
category.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
after what had happened, they were like, let's embarrass this black man. I feel like originally they were going to give somebody like Benedict Cumberbatch or somebody like that.
well,
But it was
what was
like
Denzel? What did Denzel get nominated for?
he was playing in the tragedy of Macbeth.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Let me see.
I
Not
heard it was
interested.
I heard it was good though.
Right.
But that's just my I just have a theory and shit. Cause let's be real. Let's be real. If he would have won that, do you think he would have really won the Oscar if he wouldn't have slapped Chris Rock?
He won, but he got the Oscar after the slap though. That's the thing. That
Again,
the slap happened before they announced the winner.
again, but they wanted to make a fool out of him because it was going to make great TV. Now the
Well,
slap was unplanned.
he fucked his own night up. It's like people don't even remember that he won the Oscar.
Right, yeah.
Oh, they remember he won the Oscar. They remember.
It took away from the night because of what he did to Chris Rock. That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh yeah, he won the Oscar, but they all they will remember is the slap.
And then he over here crying. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind him slapping Chris Rock. I feel like everybody wants to slap Chris Rock at one point and shit.
He
Let's keep it real. Everybody wants to slap that motherfucker at one point.
But do that shit off camera. That's the thing. He could have did that off camera.
Hey, West Philadelphia, born and raised, man. Shit.
For real, right? He had to remind people he's still a nigga from Philly. He was like,
facts.
I am not in Bel Air anymore.
He got tight. Now him saying, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth."
Oh, oh man,
I'm sorry, but that sounded so forced. I'm sorry.
yeah.
That was forced.
It because it's like you seen him laughing with Jada. That's the thing.
Right.
And then he goes up like what happened? Like he laughed 1 second, and then the other second he turned into oh I'm still from West Philly.
But how do we know he was laughing at that shit? How do we know he was laughing at
What
that?
else was he laughing about?
How do you know? How do you know? Like he probably heard something from his homeboy in the back and shit.
I
Cause, 'cause we all assuming that he was laughing at the Chris Rock joke. He probably would have. There was all those motherfuckers there. All those motherfuckers there. He probably heard some shit in the back. That's why I asked myself.
I don't know.
Sometimes motherfuckers be saying shit in the front. I don't listen to that shit.
And then now he's trying to do the apology and make people watch it. Like he's doing too much. Like just apologize without the camera. We don't need to see you apologize to this rock.
But you know what's funny though? A lot of people want to slap Chris Rock when he was saying the N word in front of all them white motherfuckers. How it took Jerry Seinfeld to say I don't feel comfortable saying the N word in front of Jerry Seinfeld and shit.
And
But then
as
Chris Rock was
he
like,
should be saying it to begin with.
right.
and Chris Rock trying to laugh and all the white people saying nigga and shit, laughing. Everybody wants to slap his ass for that shit.
Again, if he wanted to do that, he could have did it off camera. So then nobody would have seen. And he wouldn't have gotten himself banned for 10 years. Just think about all, like the potential Oscar nominated films he could be doing for the next 8 or 9 years that he won't get nominated for.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You already know how they do us when it comes to the Oscars. It's only 6 of us that's won it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So we might never get to see another one for the next 10 years, depending on what else Michael B. Jordan comes out with or Denzel.
Will's already a legend at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Mind you,
but he could have had more Oscars. That's what I'm saying.
mind you, he still got an award for that slave movie he did right after the Oscar. So I'm just saying. I don't think he should got no Oscar.
He got an award for the slave movie.
Yeah,
I didn't see that film. That's
I
the
think
one
it
that
was
was on
like
Apple.
yeah, I think it was like a Critics' Choice Award or some shit like that. Oh,
Oh, oh yeah, I didn't see that.
What is it called? Emancipation.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
he got an award for that.
Did
And
he?
yeah, and mind you, the Bad Boy sequels was box office successes too.
Yeah,
So last time I checked, that don't sound like somebody
yeah,
with
but
a
that's really the only right now. That's really the only films he's done that's been successful. Like I don't want to see him go back to Men in Black. I think he needs to be done with that. And I've heard he's doing like a Bright Part Two with Bright. The first one wasn't great. To
right,
have a sequel, you know what I'm saying? Like he has to like get away from the sequel. Like you already did those. He has to do like better films. Like Bad Boys is good. Even with that, is like how many more can they do?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't do no more.
You know what I'm saying? How many more can they do? They're up to what, five?
Mm-mm.
You know, at some point you get like Fast and Furious. They need to end that now. It's too many. They up to
What?
10. Like
I
that
Fast
should be
and
never
the last
liked
Furious?
one.
I never liked Fast and Furious.
Too many. That shouldn't have went up to 10. That franchise should have been over years ago.
It should. Well, when Paul Walker
Right.
passed on, it should have
Exactly.
ended there.
Exactly.
But now, when you put now you turn Fast and the Furious into a sci-fi when they go up
Yeah.
in
They
space.
going to space and all that. Come on. Just
I
kill
was
everybody off. Kill Ludacris off. Tyrese, all of them in the last one. Kill everybody off.
I was done. And that last Fast and the Furious, that was trash.
Yeah. I didn't care for
That- Hell, kill everybody. Vin Diesel, he needs to go.
kill everybody off. That's what's been making Vin Diesel do for the last 20 years.
Mm.
He doesn't do good films. Like if it's not Fast and Furious or Riddick, he don't do good films.
Yeah, he can't. To me, Vin Diesel, he can't. He's not much of a. He's not an actor.
Right.
I mean, okay, I'll give Vin Diesel Boiler Room. I thought he was great. I
Okay.
thought that was good. But other
Right.
than that, anything else? Nope.
Just
Skip.
That's
kill that whole franchise off.
that's our boy though. But yeah, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end this off right here and shit. I got some shit to handle.
I
This has been pretty fun. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. I think I said we're gonna do Enter the Draw. Mike, if you're a fan of Juno, you can join me too. You know what I'm saying? My favorite Jamil album and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ashley.
Yeah.
Also got some shit planned up lined up and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Anything y'all want to say before I head out?
Nope.
no.
And in case y'all are coming in, we did a top five Jim Carrey roles and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all so much for watching. Yeah, I'll see y'all when I see y'all.